And we're live.
Oh, man.
Apple Grizz is already here.
Damn.
Hi, Abo Grizz. Let me find this doom scroll.
Abo Grizz is like,
when Melody Morrow of
Oh,
New
yeah,
York
I have
City
to
hurt
fast
her
forward
foot
this.
and needed physical
Hold
therapy.
on.
Grateful
why
for
does
the
it say
example.
waiting
Possible
for
thing
Flip
that
City
could go
Magazine
wrong,
over
like
on
floods.
YouTube?
Yeah, I don't know either.
What?
Ah.
Why are you fucking up so bad?
We had to skip that beginning part because it gives
there
us
it is.
a copyright.
Oh.
Yep.
Closing
Gotcha.
under any circumstances. So they have
There we
a
go.
quote-unquote playbook
Bad electrician
that's in every Waffle
rules.
House in the country. And this playbook has every
He's fully
possible thing
illustrated,
that could
isn't
go
he?
wrong, like
Yeah, Abo
floods,
Grizz
hurricanes,
is,
fires.
thanks
Here's
guys, I
the
had to go a
steps
whole
we
week
have to
without being
do to
offended.
stay open.
You know,
if
we're
there's a
here for you,
hurricane
brother.
coming.
We're here for you.
They designate what
Stephen
they
B in
call
the house,
a
what's
jump
up?
team
Rex showed
of
up
other
early.
Waffle House workers from
'cause, you know,
unaffected
Rex
areas
doesn't have
that
a life.
volunteer to commute
Well, I mean, I don't know
into
if
a
they can hear us
fucking
or not.
hurricane
Oh.
to work at
They can
Waffle
hear
House
us.
while all the
Oh,
affected
okay.
employees are at home managing their own families and houses. Waffle House is so good at staying open. FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, uses Waffle House to determine how bad a natural disaster is. They literally
true
have,
story.
and I quote, the Waffle House Index. Waffle House being closed is the fucking trigger to deploy the National Guard. I'm not kidding. So
Best natural deodorant ever. I tried so many lemons.
That guy is really short.
Wow.
That dog is real. This is not AI.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I would never sleep again. That thing could eat your face off while you're sleeping.
Me, like
Yeah.
personally.
Do you guys
That's
remember?
not a dog, it was-
Do you
that's-
remember a few
The hell
years
was you talking
ago?
about?
It was a true story, all right, where the guy and his girlfriend were eaten by a bear in the woods. The guy said he woke up to the sound of the bear chewing on his skull. The sound, not the pain, the sound.
Why do people in open relationships always look like that? I'm being very non-specific here, but you know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, because what do you mean by that?
If you don't do what we say, a lot is here no, not really you. If you don't do what
Here at Nashville City Cemetery is my favorite gravestone
Damn, Doom
name.
Scroll is
She was
fire
named
today.
Lady Savage at birth, which is an awesome name. Married to Jim Butts, a farmer, became Lady Butts, also awesome. But her gravestone has both names. So here she is, Lady Savage Butts.
Bam.
I really don't get this. People will wait 5 fucking minutes for a parking when they can just drive 3 more seconds and there's fucking one right there. Like, are you 5,000 pounds? Oh, shit.
We all have been
Old
there.
phrases and where they originated from.
During the Victorian times, the lowest form of accommodation you could pay for was access to a rope to hang over. This was so that you didn't have to sleep on the floor. This form of accommodation was usually taken up by stumbling drunk people. This is where the saying hungover came from.
Yep.
Old phrases.
I didn't know that.
y'all call me a monkey.
Yeah, my dog is not ready for the spotlight.
Stay. Ready? Baby. Go bring it, Bring it.
Oh. Do you ever wish your dog did useful shit?
Yeah, my dog's stupid.
I mean, I love my dog. She's adorable and she's sweet, but she's useless.
Listen to me, you whining little whelp. You're gonna stop that stuttering or get the hell out of here. You're gonna stop it or go home, do you hear me?
Son of a bitch.
What did you say?
You goddamn son of a bitch.
Say that again.
You goddamn mean son of a bitch.
Say it faster.
You goddamn mean dirty son of a bitch.
Good.
I wouldn't make it a habit calling me that, son.
Oh, look at that.
Presenting the McDonald's 3-for-All. Just $3 for all this. The triple taste of a McDonald's triple cheeseburger,
wow.
a large order of fries, and a medium Coke Classic.
Look how young that
You're
guy is.
amazed. Who wouldn't be?
I know,
With a
right?
big beefy triple cheeseburger, a large order of fries, and a medium
Wonder
Coke
how
Classic.
hairy his
all
chest
for a
was
mere
back then.
$3.
I don't know, but I don't eat clown
Three big
food.
tastes.
So.
Three
You don't eat clown food?
But hurry. It'll be
I don't
gone.
eat.
Does that mean
Before you
you,
know
you
it.
don't eat
Wait.
Jack in the Box either?
The past
correct.
21 years, I've been building a miniature model.
I
of
remember
New
I
York
went
City,
to a Jack in the
and
Box
carved
Uh-oh.
the
year
entire
ago back
thing
in
by hand out of
1983,
balsa wood.
and they had a
I made
really
almost
good
1 million
mushroom Swiss burger,
buildings.
and I
I
enjoyed it.
completed all
So
5
then the next time I
boroughs.
went, I had to go buy it
And
every
I don't
day
have it displayed
on my
yet,
way
but
to
once
Yeah.
I
from
do,
work.
it'll be 50
And one day I
feet
was really
long
starving,
and
and they
30
had
feet
tacos
wide.
on sale. And I went in,
This is
and they
one
were the
of
worst
the
tacos in the history of
350
tacos.
sections that I made.
Yeah.
This is
So I
downtown
was forever
Manhattan.
put off after that.
This is the Freedom Tower right here. This is the World Trade Center. I kept the World Trade Center. They're my favorite buildings. When I was a kid growing up in Queens, I used to look out my bedroom window and look at the World Trade Center every day. This building right here with the green top, with the Art Deco style,
Chrysler
is
building.
the F.W. Woolworth building.
That's what I said.
And it was completed in 1913. It was the tallest building in the world at 792
Nice
feet.
model.
Down here is the Manhattan
Yeah, I don't
Courthouse, right down
have
here.
the patience.
Wall Street, right here. This building with the green top.
I just got this
This is
fear that
40
something
Wall
bad's
Street.
going to happen.
So,
And
Yeah,
it's
it's
just got me
yeah.
on, like my anxiety is just
Yeah.
being
Wall Street.
looking at this
Yeah.
thing.
A lot of
Yeah,
other
like
buildings
like
are
some,
down
something's
there.
gonna fall from the
Goldman
ceiling
Sachs
or
and
something
JP
like
Morgan.
that.
Just
Or,
drop it.
Here is the American International Building.
Like that
the
guy that
brown
built
one
the
right
big
here.
old
This
statue
one
out of
is
Legos, and the
952
reporter
feet
broke
tall.
it on the morning news.
My next video, I'm
Or
going to
the
show
one
you
of they made
the
a Millennium
southern,
Falcon and
the southern
Harrison Ford
tip
broke it, like
of
dropped it.
Manhattan.
Oh.
This is the Battery Park, the Battery Tunnel, and the New York Harbor.
We're ready to go into the
Oh,
target
okay.
practice,
Thank God,
right?
nothing
Now I look
happened.
at my
Yeah.
wife and I go, "You're about
And
to
it
shoot
jumps
again."
to Jim
How
Brewer.
did
Come
you
on,
honestly go
that
from
maintains
this
the
is
anxiety
divorce
level.
material
Yeah.
to now you're gonna fire a weapon? And she says, "I called up Bible study, Barbara. She's 74 years old. She's like another mother to me." And I said, "Barbara, I need you girls to pray for me about something. Jim's getting his gun." And she went, "Oh, sweetheart, the whole group has guns. I'm the state champ in skeet shooting with shotguns." Look, 73 years old. See you at Bible study Wednesday, my house. Make sure you bring a creamer. So now
I found Americans will say, and I don't know how to respond to this, I've taken the liberty of doing something. Like, I've taken the liberty of putting this
Oh,
out for
we
you.
got some
I
good
know they're into
trailers to
liberty
play
and shit.
for you
but
guys today.
They
Get
speak in
out
this
there
weird
listening.
tense of like, you're gonna want to do this. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
so Brian, Brian was a real guy who
he's real.
served us, at a breakfast taco place in Colorado. He's like, "Hey guys, my name's Brian. I'm gonna be your server today. So tacos are gonna be on your left, and burritos are gonna go ahead and be on your right." It's like, what tense is this? What tense is this?
Yeah, it's almost like a one must.
So the taco we have here is about a 7-inch. It's gonna be about an inch bigger than your street taco.
It's gonna be.
It's
like,
gonna.
it's
What
not
do you
at
mean?
the
It's gonna.
moment.
Is it? Is it not yet? Like, just
Dude.
tell me what it is now, please.
That is
Am I
so
wrong?
real. Dude. You're gonna want to check out the museum district.
Yeah. When you are there, you're gonna want to go ahead and check out.
It's like, I know
and
you
go
know-
ahead. Why do I keep having to go ahead and do things? Like,
Go ahead and sit down here.
It's called future tense, dickheads.
I'm glad to see you got a sense of humor. So do I.
Oh, my darling, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
I'm gonna get a cappuccino soon. I'm gonna strangle somebody.
Strange things were happening all around us.
Somewhere on the edge of Arsenal.
Can't stop here. This is Pat Country.
I have that book, by the way.
Excuse me, sir. You can't park.
911, what are you reporting?
We got someone or something crawling around out here.
Did you see what it was? Was it a person or an animal or?
I can't tell. All I know is that my central light came on and I just happened to glimpse and see this thing running across the yard. A good-sized man or something. It looks like a man. I don't know what it was, just that it ran across the yard.
Okay. You've had problems in the neighborhood before?
Yeah, my dog was killed here just recently. I don't know what it was. Whatever it is, it's running. I couldn't catch it if I was going to chase it. But whatever it was standing up. I'm out here looking through the window now and I don't see anything. I don't want to go outside. Jesus Christ, you better...
Sure.
See ya!
Hello?
Get somebody out here.
What's going on now, sir?
That son of a bitch is about 6'9", I don't know.
Do you see him now, sir?
Yes, I'm looking right at him.
Uh-oh. Okay, hang on.
He's right.
Is he in your yard, sir?
Yeah, God, he's big.
Okay, what's he doing in your yard?
He's looking at me.
Oh, and the guy is on foot.
I don't know what. It's a big, real big person. That's all I can say.
Okay, but it is a person.
Yeah, I'd say it was a person, somebody really big. But he's all in black.
Is he a black male or a white male? Did you actually see whether, or was he just wearing black?
He's all black and he's big. He is big.
Space. A vast, dark void in need of exploration. Yeah, right! Space isn't about exploring, it's about getting rich. What's the fastest way to get rich? By collecting the splinters of Yggdrasil for glorious bounty. Too bad it's also the quickest way to get dead. Join Mistress Graven and her crew of scantily clad scoundrels as they sail the stars in search of the splinters of Yggdrasil. Magic, mayhem, and miniskirts in space. Go to abochristly.com to learn more. See you soon, matey.
And welcome to the coffee shop, everybody. I'm your host, Doc Blaylock. We're going to have a fun show today. We got some stuff to talk about. The whole panel is here. They're all eager to participate, and we have an unusual situation with our producer, Christy, because she's at her day job producing. So she said, if you see me turn the camera off, that means I'm dealing with a business call. And so what's going to happen if I need a zinger and she's on a business call? Well, we'll just be without the zinger. So, that's just the cost of doing business. Now, personally, not sure I approve of her moonlighting, working and getting paid when she could be here doing this shit for free.
You goddamn mean dirty son of a bitch!
See what I mean? But anyway, welcome everybody. Good to see you, Abo. Good to see you, Stephen B. Good to see you, Rex. I hope everyone's having a great day. We is the poll live over on YouTube, Christy? All right. Wait, so you're not going to post a... We do it when I say do it. The last time I checked, Theoden was king in Rohan, not Aragorn. Oh, you guys can't hear the other end of that conversation. The thing she just called me. You kiss your mother with that mouth. Oh my God. So you guys listen. We had several of the leftist lunatics bitching about the renovations that Trump is paying for out of pocket to the White House without realizing that, sometimes presidents remodel. So I'm sharing screen there, Christy. Oh my God, look what they did to the White House. In 1949 through 1952 under Harry Truman, almost every president makes renovations to the White House. They wanted a pool. They wanted a bowling alley. They didn't want the pool. They wanted a weight room. They wanted whatever. The difference is every other president that's done this has done it with taxpayer money. Trump didn't. So I'm going to need you on the left. Listen, if you're out there and you're having a meltdown over this, I need you to go out and take a big old Xanax, chill out, pick one and suck it, and find something else to be outraged about. Because that ain't it. It ain't the win you think it is. Can I get an amen from the peanut gallery? The other one was this. I'm going to share a screen on this one. Hold on. I gotta. Where is it? Darin, that link you sent me to that guy talking. Yeah, derailed me. Here, let me. Yeah, I hate you so much. No, I already had it pulled up for Chrome tab X. There we go. Share screen. All right. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but breaking: Hakeem Jeffries to quote extremists nationwide. You better watch how you talk when you talk about me. Or what, Scooter? What are you gonna do? Because first, the Hakeem discount Obama. We have a little thing called the First Amendment here. I'll say whatever the hell I want, anytime I want, anywhere I want. How about that? Yeah, when you get Timu Obama. Uh, yeah. Well, my peanut gallery makes a good point. Uh, Stephen B says, I'm outraged. It's still not butter. I can't believe it's not butter. Uh, let's go ahead and bring out the peanut gallery here. Joining me is writer and all around nice guy, Darin Wagner.
Wagner. Oh, okay.
Wagner.
Wogner, apparently. Okay. All right.
Listen, if you can't honor your heritage, I'll do it for you. And of course, joining us also is our producer at large. She's not going to come on camera. She shook her head. She's like, hell no. All right, well, screw her then.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
You're bringing us out in all kinds of weird order. I'm
Well,
like
I
hovering
was-
over people.
I was
I'm like,
saving
oh,
the
me?
best for last. And my esteemed co host, my right hand man, my brother from another mother, Mr. Tanner Hurley.
There he is.
Oh, don't you know?
Good to see all you guys.
Good to see you.
So here's my question to all of you, because you were all being rather pithy backstage. Hakeem Jeffrey said, you better watch your mouth about how you talk to him or about him. What
Hakeem
would you
Jeffrey.
say? And chat, I'm asking you
Oh,
too,
geez.
chat. What do you have to say to Hakeem, who tells you better be careful how you
Hakeem Jeffries? You mean Obama you got from Wish.com?
He must think he's a representative in Britain.
Yeah, right. Exactly. This here's America, sport. We don't go to jail for making fun of you. Ozzy, what do you say about it?
He doesn't like colored people.
Ooh.
Christy.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, people of color.
Yeah, it is funny how saying colored is racist, but people of color isn't. I'm so confused by modern sensibilities.
Well, this is something that when you live long enough, you figure this out. That you have a generation of people who say, okay, we don't want to be called this, we want to be called that. And then 10 to 20 years later, the new generation of activists say, well, you calling us that, the thing that you agreed to call us 20 years ago is now racist. We wanted you to call this, And so you're always in a state of accusing people of being racist.
Everything old is new again.
Yes.
Right.
It was like
we
the
still
army
have-
did away. It was like when the army did away with rolling up your sleeves, and then almost 20 years later they brought it back.
Yeah.
And I remember the guys at the recruiting center are like, "No, Sergeant Hurley, you got to do it this way." I was like, "I know how to do it, guys. Okay."
Yeah.
I wore BDUs.
This is not my first rodeo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we still have organizations whose official name have the word colored in it, like the NAACP, National Association for the Advancement of Colored
my
People.
question still stands. What is your message to Hakeem Jeffrey, the esteemed representative from Who Gives a Fuck? How about what do you think when an elected official, a servant of the people, tells you what you better say and what you better not? Listen. Ooh, there was a hearing going on in Congress, and Jasmine Crockett, or one of those squad members of color, said, "Y'all need to keep Martin Luther King Jr.'s name out your mouth." Well, that was the wrong thing to say to that hillbilly from down in Louisiana, Clay Higgins. Because he said, "I thank the gentle lady to remember that we have a thing called the First Amendment, and how about we'll bring up anybody we want to bring up." I'm all alone at home watching this, and I stood up and gave the man a standing O. That's what you get. I'm sorry, I
Jasmine
get a little
Ratchet.
excited about these things.
Yeah, they want to be England so bad right now.
Yeah, I know.
England's not even. I read a thing, and I don't know how true this is, but it said England's not even a first world nation anymore.
No,
I would agree with
not
that.
anymore.
I
I
would
was like,
agree with that.
ooh, that's pretty crazy. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
You know, when you migrate to a place, let's say any of us, including you out in the chat, if we're going to migrate into a society, you go there, you learn the language, you learn the customs, and you fit in. You don't go over there and go, "You're going to adapt to me," because that makes you a colonizer, the thing you swear that you hate. So you're going to have to eventually, you on the left, you're going to have to make up your mind. Are you colonizers or aren't you? You keep your name out of mouth and put it on streets. Exactly right.
And let's be honest, every street sign that says Martin Luther King Boulevard or whatever, or Avenue,
You stay far, far away.
I don't know if you guys know this, but in Atlanta, there are only 2 street names. There's Peachtree Street, and there are 500 of them, and there's Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, Avenue, Street, whatever. There's about 500 of those. That's it. So any directions in Atlanta are, go up here to Martin Luther King Jr., hang a left, and then when you get to Peachtree Street, make another right on MLK. Those are your directions. Good luck.
Yep.
You know, we live in an area where there's so few stop signs. We tell directions by the stop sign. It's like, okay, you're gonna go all the way down till you see the stop sign, and then you're gonna go right to the next stop sign. And people are like, "What?" You know, visitors. It's like, no, seriously, you'll get it once you start driving and see no stop signs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
one of the reasons why they named A Nightmare on Elm Street Nightmare on Elm Street was one of the reasons why they named A Nightmare on Elm Street A Nightmare on Elm Street is because every town in the United States has an Elm Street except for Atlanta. People in Atlanta were like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
Names
Nightmare on Peachtree Street. They renamed it when they brought that.
Exactly. Yes. The monsters are due on Peachtree Street.
Let me bounce off of what Christy said. This is no joke, and I've been telling this story since 1982. All right, there was a guy that used to run on the periphery of my crowd. We were kind of hoodlums, you know, skip school, smoke cigarettes, listen to metal, and this guy's name was Ricky. Ricky was a little bit special.
It was Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky was a little special. Now Ricky was like bulldozer strong. He was just one of them boys, you know, that, like, for example, we heard Ricky was in jail. Went to jail to go see him. "Ricky, why are you in jail?" He said, and I'm quoting, "Hot damn, Ricky go crystals. They make Ricky leave. Ricky remodel crystal. Hot damn." That was Ricky. All right. He trashed the place because like ripped booths out of the wall because they tried to make him leave. Well, one day I was at work and I got a phone call, and Ricky said, "Hot damn, where you at?" And I said, "Where did you call, Ricky?" Like, where you at? This was before mobile phones. Okay. So wherever you called, that's where I'm at. But then he said, can you give me a ride? I said, "Well, yeah, I'll give you a ride when I get off work." "How do I get there?" He goes, "Cool. Hot damn." He goes, "Dirt road, dead dogging road, Rice Krispies on back porch. See you at 10. Click. Dirt road, dead dogging road, Rice Krispies on back porch. Those were the.
What was that movie? I think it was that movie, The Great. What was that? wasn't The Great Outdoors. It was this movie, Funny Farm. That's what it was, with Chevy Chase, where he goes to this remote town to write a book, and he asks one of the townies for directions, and they go, well, you drive down a ways until you get to the point where the Sawyer's barn used to be, and then you turn left. I mean, directions that nobody from out of town would be able to follow, right?
Right.
All these.
So I don't know if you guys have seen this. Almost everyone on the left, a lot of the press, and even Rand Paul are having meltdowns over the military strikes against the drug runners. Have you guys seen this?
Oh yeah.
Where's the due process? Okay, I'm going to give a quick history lesson and then a procedural lesson that I hope you'll be able to follow, boys and girls. In 1980 or 81, when Reagan picked up the war on drugs, that was not a slogan.
No.
Okay, it was an actual declaration of war against the drug cartels. Now, understand this. They used to use either single engine or old DC-3s to fly the drugs into America, and then they would land on the Gulf Coast at these old abandoned runways and distribute from there. But then those planes just started mysteriously vanishing because we have these things called fighters.
Yeah.
And if you fit a certain profile, and let me back up, do you not think for a moment that we don't know the name of every person on those planes, what they had for breakfast when they took off that morning? You know, they talk about the CIA as this evil, this, that, and the other. Yeah, at the bureaucratic level it is. At the operational level, they're some of the most effective people on the planet. They know who's in the boats. They know what you're carrying. They know your point of departure and your estimated point of arrival. Okay, they know. So when that began happening, the next thing they were doing was they were using fast movers, cigarette boats, and they would move from trawler to trawler, and the trawlers would be the refueling boats, and they would have fresh crew to jump in because they could outrun the frigates that were patrolling. But they couldn't outrun the helicopters. So that became a thing. So that's when they started using the little submersibles. If you guys haven't seen these, just look it up on YouTube. Drug runner submarines. And then the counter argument becomes, they go, well, that was the Coast Guard was boarding those, seizing them, and arresting them. Yeah, they were, but they didn't have to because there's a declaration of war.
Right.
Okay. Now, where's the legality in that? Well, I'm going to tell you where the legality is. Well, there's a national security threat identified by the NSA, NCA, National Command Authority, which means the president and his national security advisor. They have what's called a finding. All they have to do to get authorization to conduct this operation is go to the House Select Committee on Intelligence, which is a classified briefing. It is not requesting permission. It's we're telling you this is what we're going to do. And then it's legal. So there's nothing illegal happening. So when Jose and Juan jumped on that boat that morning and the CIA watched them do it and load their fentanyl or whatever the hell they're shipping, and they call the operational part of the command and tell them, okay, here comes your boy, and they nuke it out of existence, it's legal and it has nothing to do with warrants, judges, or courts.
Otherwise, nothing would ever get done.
Exactly right.
Right.
Because the leftists who defend every criminal thing on the face of the earth would throw themselves between the boat and the missile.
Unless it's one of their guys doing it.
Unless it's one of their guys.
Right. I mean, they went back when Obama was calling the shots. You know, he was the king of drone strikes. He was the guy who, and they loved the drone strikes because he could do things and he wouldn't risk any American lives doing them. And that is an attractive thing about a drone. Yeah. But as soon as he was no longer the guy commanding drone strikes, it's like, you know, when you compare the drone strikes that Obama had approved versus the ones that had, and it's not even comparable.
I want to kind of take. I encourage you to stretch your brain a little bit here and think for a moment. Right now, on every continent except possibly Antarctica, on every continent, we are conducting operations that the public will never hear a thing about. I also want you to think about this. The one thing the CIA and other covert operation organizations covet more than any other thing is the reputation for being stupid and inept. They want you to believe that because they're not. They'll occasionally disclose an operation or blow an operation publicly just so they maintain that reputation. I mean, think for a minute, people, about the operations that you know nothing about that are happening all over the world. And it harkens back to that line. I forget who said it, but it's gentle people sleep soundly at night because rough men stand ready to do harm on their behalf. Hello.
I remember before they figured out how to use midget subs, they were crashing the planes into the water just off the coast, and then they'd have to hire divers. So, and that's how lucrative that drug business was, that they could afford to lose a $3 to $4 million plane each trip.
Yeah.
That was factored into the cost,
Yeah, exactly right. And Army and Marine Corps, not so much, but the Air Force, the Navy, it's an open secret. We know this has been going on because it's hard to meet someone who served that wasn't involved. What do they call them? Crack pack. When you do a Pacific tour off the coast of Central America or South America, that's a crack pack. On the Atlantic coast, they call it a Carib pack because you're over there and your job is to interdict these people. And that was either to hit them with a Coast Guard crew that would go in and arrest them or just make them go away. Either one.
make the fish high.
Yeah, that's right. Now, do I feel sorry for the poor little slaves to the cartels that have to walk on the cocoa leaves and burn their feet in the acid just to make cocaine, or the poor little idiots who are muling this stuff just to feed their families? Yeah, I got a little sympathy for that. But ultimately, when you cross the big kid on the block and we said don't do that or else, you should have believed the or else. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Are you okay, Christy?
Sorry.
Christy's office is bigger than my house, by the way.
It is. It's bigger than my house.
Yeah. We're backstage and she needs to go out and smoke a cigarette. So she picks up the laptop and starts walking. She walks for 10 minutes to get to the door. Demonstrating, by the way, an extreme dedication to her addiction.
What's interesting to me is, and this is something that has happened since I've gotten out of the submarine service, so I don't have this information. Who manufactures the midget subs that the cartels are using? Are they just homemade welding, kind of things,
Yeah.
or is there actually a third world or first world power that's manufacturing and selling these to them? Because that's a
originally it was just kind of cobbled together stuff, and they were semi-submersible. But then apparently they have contracted with some engineers now. Maybe we need to get some real submarines. And I would not, Darin, I would not put it past them to at some point maybe buy themselves an old Kilo or two.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Kilo meaning, in this case, boys and girls, a Russian submarine that was designated as a Kilo. It's an antique.
Right. Yeah, it's a NATO designation, Kilo. And there's been... The Kilos were something that we were always concerned with in the 90s. Because, to give you an idea, yes, a nuclear submarine, the power plant doesn't make any noise. They're pretty quiet. But there's only one thing that's a little bit that's more quiet than a nuclear reactor, and that's a battery.
Right. Right.
How much noise does a Duracell make when it's running, right? So that's what the diesels use. Is batteries when they're submerged. So.
That does bring up another point too. I was watching several of those, the current geopolitical thing is not Russia, America, it's China and America. China's going to invade Taiwan. How will we respond? And I've watched all of these things. And by all, I mean every one of them I could find. And they are so grossly overlooking a few things. They're, the Chinese submarines would sortie to the east side of Taiwan and set up a picket line. No, they wouldn't. The moment hostilities broke out, all three of those subs are going directly to the bottom, because I promise you, behind every one of them is an American attack submarine that knows where they are, what they had for breakfast, how much change they're carrying in their pocket.
Yeah.
They're covered. If they try to scramble in an act of war, they're sunk immediately. They're gone. They're off the table. And then in a war of attrition, this, that, and the other will happen. Well, you neglected some things. Some things called B-21s, B-2s, F-35s, and F-22s. The stealth strike package that will come in and emulate your missile sites. They won't exist. So, no, you won't have air supremacy or superiority over the strait. Maybe for like 5 minutes, you might.
I remember just watching something during the
Hey, classic, good John. Welcome. Good to see you.
The second Gulf War, where they were talking about the Daisy Cutter missile, which the media found out about it as they were phasing them out, because we'd had them for years. And then one reporter asked the general, so if you're phasing it out, what are you replacing it with? And the general says, "Oh, nothing."
Yeah. My point being, and this is my only point, people either out of consideration for national security are not telling the truth about these scenarios, or they're ignorant of just the technology gap between us and China, and the experience gap in warfighting between us and China cannot even be measured. Hello? 3 veterans on panel right now telling you this. Tanner, am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Darin.
Yeah. You wouldn't believe what you can learn just by floating about 300 yards off of a ship's hull and listening.
Yeah,
you can hear all the shit they're talking about. If it's in a foreign language, that's fine. We got plenty of people that speak that language in the service who can come in and take notes.
Frederick Imant says, hey, once the drug running is wiped out, maybe the cartels will start distributing comics. You know?
Hey, maybe.
I think that's a great idea.
They do a better job of it than Diamond.
Abo Grizzly. Plus we have Space Force. Fuck you.
Oh, Space Force.
Yeah.
Space Force.
So maybe they would have to smuggle in, non-woke comics.
Reprints of stuff from back in the 80s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
That is like Soviet Russia.
That is funny, comrade. The world is a bizarre place, and we're all just living in it the best we can. We had a No Kings protest nationwide, and I want to applaud the left for the No Kings protest, because it's been retroactively effective since 1776. And the day of the protest, there was no king, and there's still no king.
Still no king.
Wow. Amazing. Yeah. That may be the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh, no king's protest. If Trump was a king, you wouldn't be having your protest.
Plus, the left loves kings. They love dictatorships.
Yeah.
They loved Hugo Chavez because they relished the power that he had over his country, and the fact that he could just make laws on the wind. So yeah, the left loves kings.
Yeah. They celebrate Castro and Che Guevara. They celebrated the Soviet Union. When Reagan called the Soviet Union an evil empire, the press wet their panties. Oh, you can't say that. Well, yes, I can, and I just did.
Well, I certainly can.
Still remember when he told Sam Donaldson, well, no, there you go again, Sam. It's like the first time a president ever called down a reporter was like, yes. But yeah, the No Kings protest. I mean, I have a couple of leftist friends, and one of them is more left than the other, and one of them lives in California, so obviously that's the more left one. And she chimed in, "It was a peaceful protest and very successful." I said, "How do you measure success?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Is it by the fact that there's not a king? Well, there wasn't a king before the protest, so
Yeah.
Well, they did more to kind of hurt their reputation, because what I saw, and this wasn't from MSNBC, CNN, or Fox News, but more independent news channels, and from what I saw, they were small, they were dispersed quickly, and they were filled with boomers. So they did nothing in my eyes to
boomers who were paid to be there.
Right, exactly. By Soros and a few other people.
Like the youth of America doesn't care.
Yeah.
No, and they were all boomer libs, is what they were. They were that generation who there weren't very many non-Caucasians there, first of all, and they were all people who looked even older than me. They had longer, grayer beards than I have.
And my 14-year-old pointed out all the videos where he was like, "Hey, Dad, have you seen this?" And it was his age kids, saying, "Why are these people so old? What's going on here?"
I mean, they're basically the hippies that didn't get enough during Kent State.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And I want to say this. I want to go on record because it's important. I am not just a Trump sycophant. I'm not. I disagree with Trump on Ukraine 100%. I'm a hawk. We had a treaty with Ukraine, the Belgium Accords, wherein we guaranteed their sovereignty if they gave up their nukes. And they did. They complied. They kept their end of the bargain.
During the Clinton administration, correct?
That was exactly right. And the moment that they moved on Crimea, we should have rolled in there with the Cav and the Sixth Fleet and just wiped them out. And it would only take, you guys that think Russia's dangerous, you're wrong. You're so wrong.
Look up the videos.
Yes,
we gave the Ukrainians. It would be the Bradley assault vehicle.
Our leftovers.
They're what our infantry call baby tanks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So they're like tank light.
For those,
we would have
make a recommendation.
We'd have folded them up and put them in our pocket easily. Go ahead, Darren.
Well, the Ukrainians were taking out tanks.
Yes.
Russian tank, T-72s and stuff like that, and the Armada, T-14 Armada.
If you want to understand the story of the Bradley fighting vehicle, normally Hollywood gets everything wrong, but there's a movie called The Pentagon.
There
Wars
is,
that you can watch for free on YouTube after this stream. Obviously, starring Kelsey Grammer and Carrie, and it's all based on a true story. And Carrie Ools, and it was yes, it didn't have to exaggerate anything about that story of the Bradley fighting vehicle. It is all about how that vehicle. Yeah.
Hello, Janet from another planet. Lovely to have you.
Hello, Janet.
Yeah, exactly right. But just going to say this to put a period at the end of the sentence. No, Russia would not have lasted a week against U.S. forces on the ground in a traditional war. It wouldn't have lasted a week. And they're
We're not even factoring in air power, air superiority.
Yeah, it takes us a long time to mobilize. I don't know if you guys remember Reforger.
No, it doesn't.
You remember Reforger? Reforger meant refortified Germany, and it happens in 48 hours.
We saw what they had when they tried to invade Ukraine. They had vehicles that were 40 years old with bald tires, and not every one of their guys was armed because they didn't have enough weapons to arm all of their infantry. And that's something that's historically been a problem with the Russians. They would always have one rifle for two guys. When the first guy gets shot, the second guy picks up the rifle and continues shooting.
Literally yesterday, I watched Chris Cappy, and he had footage taken by Ukrainians in the trenches that were fighting. They seized a position held moments before by the Russians, and he jokingly grabbed this infield rifle and picked it up and goes, "Look, it's the Tusken Raiders rifle from Star Wars." All right. I derailed my own self. I was going.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
I literally lost my train of thought ragging on Russia. But no, the point being, the threat to us is not Russia, and it's not really China either. Don't believe the propaganda. Oh, they have aircraft carriers. They have aircraft carriers that work about 20% of the time. Yeah, they have one, and it works.
The Soviet Union has, the Russians have one functional aircraft carrier, and that's it.
Yeah, and China has, I think, 3.
Yeah.
One of them is a Russian.
I'll tell you what the real threat is, and I'm looking at you colleges. It's stupid people. Evil people are they're stoppable. We can stop evil. Okay,
but
stupidity. Blind following bastard.
And you can't even say that ask any veteran, because there are dumb veterans too.
Oh, there's dumb veterans.
Yeah.
Oh, there's dumb, especially the ones that.
I loved. There's a wordless meme.
Do it.
Side by side, identical shots of General Milley with his ribbons from here to over his shoulder.
Yeah.
And General Dwight D. Eisenhower with one row of ribbons.
Yeah, two. Yeah.
It says all you need to know
right.
about certain flag officers, and people don't understand that flag officers are politicians. Okay, they're not operational animals. So the ones you need to ask, go ask the lance corporals, go ask the second class petty officers. I don't know what that equivalent is, Tanner. E3, E4.
E3, E4, the specialists, corporals, and specialists and corporals.
Yeah, go ask those guys. They'll tell you the real info. The guys that turn.
Oh Jesus, I'm drawing a blank. God, he got. Who is that general? We made him the head of the CIA. But then, I'm drawn. I can't think of his name right now, but he was like the people's general. There,
Petraeus.
Petraeus. Thank you. Wow. Why? Sometimes the brain just doesn't want to function. Great general, terrible husband, but apparently that makes. But everywhere he landed, the assistants and colonels and all this stuff, and he would tell them to shut up, and basically he wanted to go talk to a sergeant or a man on the ground to give them the real info.
Right.
And that was the secret to his success, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, boys and girls, we've reached that point of the show where it's time to warm up your coffee and for us to check out some trailers from some of our friends. Christy, can you roll that beautiful bean footage?
Yes. Here we go.
Space. A vast, dark void in need of exploration. Yeah, right! Space isn't about exploring, it's about getting rich. What's the fastest way to get rich? By collecting the splinters of Yggdrasil for glorious bounty. Too bad it's also the quickest way to get dead. Join Mistress Graven and her crew of scantily clad scoundrels as they sail the stars in search of the splinters of Yggdrasil. Magic, mayhem, and miniskirts in space. Go to abogrizzly.com to learn more. See you soon.
In a world where sequels and prequels and derivative slop rule the TV and movie landscape, one magazine dares to make fun of them all. One mag to roast them all. One mag to troll them. One mag to break their balls. And in the ratings, roll them.
Cut! I forgot to play that.
We'll be right back. And we're back. A Damn Dirty Thing available wherever great books are sold. Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, Google, whatever it's called, and Apple Books. Yeah. Get your copy today. A Damn Dirty Thing. You can find a link to it at edgeweaverbooks.com, or you can just go anywhere on the internet and search for A Damn Dirty Thing, and you'll find the links.
I should let you know that during that commercial break, people are so freaking ADD. We went from 7 viewers to 3.
Oh.
They're tired of seeing us promote ourselves, I guess. Jeez.
Oh, that's so hurtful. Where's our player link? Baby, come back.
Baby, come back.
Any kind of fool could see I was wrong, and I just can't live without you.
No, we have one viewer.
Nothing.
We don't have
that. We're down to no viewers. My work here is finished. So, yeah, that's kind of my news this week. I have been I've been working with my publisher, or I should say, I've been in communication with my publisher about the make some shorts and promote those. Well, I mean, I'm wearing my Raider shorts. I don't know what that means. But I was talking to the publisher all week about the print copy, the digital copy, and this, that, and the other. And meanwhile, I've been writing, and I'm a writer and an artist. I do my own art. And I keep having to remind my editor in chief that I'm also an artist, right? Because she's like, the art team is working on it. I'm like, you know, I'm an artist, right? Can I be on my own art team for my book? But where was I going? Oh, but I've been focusing on the writing here lately. And if you've ever been a writer, it's one of those things where you have to clock in whether you feel like it or not, and you have to write whether you are inspired or not. And you may write, 2,000 words and only keep 200 of them when you go back and edit, because what you wrote was complete shit, but at least you wrote. And that's 200 more words than you would have gotten if you didn't write, sitting around waiting to feel like it. So I said that to say this. There was a scene I was doing that I wasn't really enjoying, and I wasn't comfortable with it because it's outside of my personal knowledge base. I'm not Catholic, and it involves the Catholic Church and its organization and whatever, not at the high levels, just local. So I had to go talk to my Catholic friends to get understanding. How do you address this person? How do you do blah, blah, blah. And so Thank you, Christine, for your answers. Thank you, Bart, for your answers. I appreciate your patience with a Southern Baptist who knows nothing about Catholics. But I muscled my way through that scene, fellas. I made it. And I thought, God, that was a lot of work for so little. No, it was a lot to get through that scene. It wasn't as short as I thought it was, so I'll have to go back and edit it. But then I got to just yesterday. I think I was telling Darin yesterday about this. I made it through, and I got to the scene I want to write. The more fun stuff, the good old noir, blah blah blah. I got there, and I was just so damn tired I couldn't write anymore. So I went,
Oh man, I understand that.
By the way, just clarification: Janet from Another Planet says shorts on YouTube. That's those vertical phone-shaped videos. I think that she's talking about. I actually have my browser block those because I don't like shorts. But maybe I should. She might be right. She might be right.
No, she's right. There's nothing wrong with making shorts and reels. And Christy and I made some out of where I interviewed her and she interviewed me, and I was able to get them onto Facebook Reels, and failed to put links for where to find my product. So they're basically, even if they became the viral thing on the face of the earth, they were useless.
Oops.
Oh, you'll make a lot of money off that. No, not a dime. Not a dime. And I couldn't make them work on YouTube. So I don't know, Janet from Another Planet. Maybe you can show me how to make YouTube shorts. Yeah, you'll have to show me how to make YouTube shorts.
Yeah, and this is more the point, not direct sales, but getting more followers that then you can go sell to with your longer form content and possibly more shorts later.
Well, I kind of deliberately keep the show a secret. I only want about 5 people watching.
Congratulations, that's where we're at.
Yeah. It takes the pressure off.
We're the speakeasy of YouTube.
You get up to 7, and then he starts singing, and it goes back down to 4, and then he keeps it right.
We are the speakeasy of YouTube. You have to know the password to get into the chat.
Hey, you guys. So I got a mean comment on YouTube the other day. Yeah, I look at my notifications, so I'm like, oh, I got a comment, and it was from my Creative Chaos show where we had Tim Visual on. But the thing was, he's like, you have to be flexible with me. I might not be able to get in there for a while. So we start the show and we're just chit chatting for probably the first hour, and then Tim dials in from a phone in a car, and the guy's like, what the hell is this? A bunch of nobodies blabbing, and then they wait until the end to bring Tim in. I'm like, no, you jerk.
Oh,
yeah, it hurted my feelings, and then I got over it.
The reply to those is always "bless your heart," but you got to say it with a Southern accent. Bless your heart.
that means something completely different in the North than it does in the South, and I found out the hard way.
Yeah.
When one of my buddies from the South had done me a solid, and I said, "Oh man, bless your heart, dude," and he's like, "What did you just say to me?" Heart? And he's like, "Wait, where are you from?" I said, "Michigan." "Where are you from?" and he tells me, he's like, "Yeah, man, that doesn't mean the same to a Southerner as it does to a Northerner." So I was like,
"Oh, Janet says she's received death threats."
I'm gonna kill Janet from Another Planet. She's just
she's great. By the way, Janet from Another Planet, feel free to drop your. Does she have a wrench, Christy? Can you wrench her?
I can actually.
Yeah, and Janet, be sure to drop the link to your channel. Janet does great shows, plural, over on her channel. She had me out of that, and I had a lot of fun. She's a little bit scary. She was in costume. She freaked me out. Hey, Billy Power Max.
Hey, Billy Power Max.
What's up, Billy?
Billy came because he heard me singing "Baby Come Back." See, it went out into the ether.
Yeah.
So, Creative Chaos is a show here on Flip City Magazine's YouTube channel, where we are also hosted, and that's Thursdays at what time, Christy?
It's at 9 p.m. Eastern every Thursday, and we got pretty much a new creator on every week. It's an interview show, and we have segments, and it's interview / infotainment.
Yes, infotainment. I like that. I like it. I like it.
Yes.
What is our show, Christy?
Television.
It's what? A load of bullshit.
Yeah, a steaming pile of shit.
Hey,
Or a steaming cup of coffee.
speaking of which, it's time for meme review, boys and girls.
I'm texting. I guess we can get into meme review and then I'll finish my text. Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
It's meme time. Dear God, give me a reason to get up early tomorrow and go to work. You're poor.
Oh, thanks, Lord. It's a great idea.
That's
Of course, it's a great
that's been my motivation my entire working life. I'm hungry and I'd like to eat this week, so I think I'll go to work. The government, don't do that. Me. That. This is in my top 10 favorite memes of all time, by the way. The two reactions I get from my sense of humor. If you're not a veteran of Facebook jail, you're doing it wrong. How hard I pronounce the F, and fuck yeah, I voted for that. Oh my God, yes. Sorry, Democrats, you had 4 years to create the positive change you want, but all we got was drag queen story hour, tampons in the men's room, and pronouns. So, wah, wah, wah. Oh, yes, and an invasion. You can pretend you're a woman all you want, but you're still going to need a prostate exam when you turn 40. You can just hear some doctors, right? They're at home. How was your day, honey? It was all right, but I had to give a chick a prostate exam. Remember, just because you're ugly doesn't mean you're another gender.
Think about it.
It's okay to just be ugly. Ask Darin. Oh, I love.
What did you do, Ray?
Who you gonna call? Day 8 without tacos. I've lost hearing in my right eye. This is absolutely true. I mean, I can't even narrate this one. It's just
Homer's second appearance this week.
Yeah, as you can tell by the thumbnail of this week's show, you know, poor Greta was infuriated that she got exactly what she asked for, but she didn't want it from Trump. Within what was it, 48 hours, of course, Hamas, being the pieces of shit that they are, launched rockets into Israel, and Israel had to get upside that head again because they just don't know when to stop. Are the kings in the room with us now? Oh my goodness. Distractions. What the hell is that guy looking at? Oh, that's a good one. Remember, no matter how much you cry like a little bitch, Trump is still your president. Never even considered that Dr. Pepper could be a woman. Maybe I am a bad person. And I have to admit, when Chris and I were loading these up, we were going through them, and we both were like, damn, man, maybe I am a misogynist. It never entered my mind that Dr. Pepper might be a woman. Oh, my God. Still my favorite drink. preparing my urban ghillie suit in case I get stuck in San Francisco.
That's good.
all that's missing is the piles of shit and the needles.
Pew pew.
An Antifa member finally catching a fascist. Poor little roadrunner never bothered anyone. We need to stop the war in Gaza. Just did. How dare you? I got 99 problems. We dealt with that in 1776. I had that same leftist I was telling you guys about that's out in California was saying, one of my friends commented, apparently you don't understand the Constitution. And her reply was, what do you mean, free speech? We can protest. He goes, no, the part in the Constitution about we have a president, not a king.
Yeah.
Durr. Panic erupts on a flight as captain of female crew announces everything's fine. Every man who's ever been in a relationship saw that female flight crew go to the cockpit, and then they heard one of them say, no, it's fine. And they went, oh, shit. Fasten your seatbelts, boys and girls. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Get me off the plane now.
Yes.
Piss your pants, throw up, whatever you got to do.
Yep. Trump just showed the world that Hamas is easier to negotiate with than Democrats. Let that sink in. By the way, don't let anybody brainwash you into this this is the Republicans' shutdown of the government. There's been to date 10 votes to continuing resolution, a clean bill to fund the government, and the Democrats have voted no every time. Period. It's their shutdown. Make them own it. And now for a spicy meme of the week competition. Let's get that poll up, Christy, over on the YouTube. And here we go. Number 1. Who the hell drinks orange juice through a straw? Now, you'll notice that the male chuckles took a minute to get the joke. Or Call of Duty.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, I just wanted to give some shout outs to the Pilled people. You guys, I am so terribly sorry I didn't have Pilled up open for a while, but we got rated.
Nice.
That is fantastic. I'm trying to find out who we've been rated by. Handy News rated us. Thank you so much to Handy News. It looks like, several people have dropped off, but apparently we have 17 live viewers right now. So we've got...
Hey, you know what? If you're unpilled and you're watching the show, God bless you and welcome to the coffee shop. We are glad to have you here.
Yes, and just so you guys know, I'm dropping a link right now in the Pilled chat. If you guys want to vote for the spiciest meme, you can go to that YouTube channel and go vote for your favorite spicy meme. Me and Doc have a weekly competition in which I am currently kicking his ass. So
Has Lucy moved the football?
No, I was already winning.
That's a signed document.
It was no. It was Max voted stupidly and admitted it, and then you moved the football.
Okay.
The funny thing about that document, it was never notarized.
All right, so you're going to be choosing between orange juice, who drinks orange juice through a straw, or what did you call this one? Is
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, and you guys, the Twitter poll will be live for another 20 minutes. So I'm going to drop that link also in the chats if you guys want to double your vote.
All right, and we will, of course, bring the spicy memes back up before the end of the show.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's right. Vote once, vote twice, vote often, vote. Oh my God! So. as we approach the end of the show here, and we still got another 20 minutes or so. So relax. It's okay. We're still with you to get you through the middle of the day.
Relax.
I wanted to commend Christy, as Darin pointed out.
Backstage.
She's done a better job producing the show today while she's multitasking at her day job than she
You
did
know,
when we were
it's
supposed
called
to be the only thing she was doing.
it's called weaponized ADD.
There it is. There it is. Okay, she's frozen. Is she frozen to you guys?
Yeah.
Yes, she is. Yeah.
Okay. But she's smiling.
Freeze frame.
So we'll take it. Freeze frame, freeze frame. Another good song. By the way, I will challenge all comers. 80s music is the best music in the history of music. Bring it. Want to point out, though, that we did lose the great Ace Frehley.
I know, right?
Ace was, as you may or may not know, founding member of the band Kiss. Ran forever. Kiss owned the 70s. They had streets named after them. Okay, they had keys to the city in 17 cities. These guys are not musical geniuses, but they were absolutely the place you wanted to go if you wanted to see a show. As Gene Simmons said, we created the band we always wanted to go see because we would go to see a band and they would stand on stage staring at their feet.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I do that? I could just buy the record and listen to it at home. That was boring.
Right.
So Ace Frehley, for those that don't know, his real name was Paul Frehley, designed the Kiss logo and the Kiss makeup that all the guys wore because he was also an artist. And he was not a blazing guitar player, but he is the reason a lot of blazing guitar players picked up their guitars in the first place. The homages to him have been everywhere. So we now live in a world with no Ace Frehley, no Ozzy Osbourne, no Ronnie James Dio, no Eddie Van Halen. We have lost a lot in the recent past.
And no Boxcar Willie either.
Listen. We found the will to go on without Slim Whitman.
Mm-hmm.
We will live through this as well. But I'm just saying, there are certain people that were just cornerstones of music, period.
Yeah.
And certainly Ozzy was one of them. And I think Ace qualifies as one of those. Dio, of course, was called the godfather of metal, where Ozzy was the king of metal. And Eddie Van Halen was Eddie Van Halen. Come on.
Yeah.
Godcatcher of evil.
By the way, if you get the chance, though, go check out Wolfie Van Halen's band, Mammoth, which, by the way, was the first name of the Van Halen band, was Mammoth. But Eddie's son plays just like him and can sing his ass off.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I mean, the boy never met a hamburger he didn't like, but good God, he can play. Just saying. Hats off to you there, Wolfie. I'm a little disappointed, though, that Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley sold Kiss, the brand, all of it. They sold it to a corporation for a big buttload of money. But now Gene and Paul Stanley's sons are making music together, Evan Stanley and Nick Simmons, and they're good.
Oh, wow.
They're really good. But now they don't have the access to the Kiss name, logo, or any of the rights to do the music. So,
that would have been great.
They got to do their own thing. They got to do their own thing now.
Yep.
What's the name of their band? Hug?
Oh, Darin.
Oh, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
No, I don't even think they have a band name. It's just those guys.
Do me a favor. Shut the fuck up.
That's exactly right. That's what you get.
Let's see, what else could it be? Hug.
But imagine, though, imagine being, the heir to basically a music empire like that, and you find out your parents sold it away. No.
Well, as their kids though, eventually they'll get at least some of that wealth from the sale.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
they'll
there
get
is
the
that.
money.
Yeah.
They are certainly triple-digit millionaires. But still, I mean, I always thought I would grow up and start the Kiss Mark II. You can't do it now, Scooter. Daddy sold it.
Yeah.
Ace, not Ace, but Peter Chris is going, yeah, now you know how I feel. All right, that's enough about that. So, fair
Peter
winds.
Chris, I thought it was Eric Carr.
Fair winds to Ace Frehley. Hey, Eric Carr was my favorite member of Kiss. That dude was an absolute beast. Great singer, great drummer. Loved him. No offense to you, Mr. Peter Chris, but Eric can smoke your doors off any day of the week. Not to be confused with Eric Singer, the guy they got now that went all tubby on us. He got fat. A fat cat man behind the drums. It's horrible. No, baby. That was funny, Darren. That's why we have you out for that one comment you made first show that's actually worth hearing.
I watched the opening intro to Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park last week when he's died. And,
I'm so sorry.
And I keep I keep being reminded that this movie was made by a cartoon company. It was made by I can't remember, was it Filmation or was it Hanna-Barbera? I think it was Hanna-Barbera.
Oh, I know they showed up in Hanna-Barbera, like Scooby-Doo and stuff like that.
Yeah. But I mean, I loved how they all had powers, and like, Paul could project a star shape out of his eye that, like a spotlight.
There's awful. And they overdubbed Ace Frehley's lines because he had that super high pitched nasal Bronx accent or Brooklyn accent.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah.
They should have done that to Peter Chris too, but
it's horrible. Horrible. God knows. If you ever want to watch something that will rob you of IQ points, go watch Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Opera. Oh, thank you very much, Janet.
Phantom of the Park. Yeah.
Oh, did I?
And it was not Phantom of the Opera. It was Phantom of the Park. And what's funny is that movie kids loved it because they didn't know the difference between a good movie and a bad movie when you're at that age. And it was like this legendary movie that if you're lucky you saw it on the ABC Sunday night movie, and then you never saw it again because Kiss didn't want anybody ever to see it again.
Yeah.
And it was the stuff of legend. Oh, I remember there. I was
Ironically though, Paul Stanley did have the lead in Phantom of the Opera on Broadway for a year.
Oh wow. Nice.
Yeah. Not a very well known fact, but it's true. Yeah.
Andrew Lloyd Webber rolling over in his grave, and the fucker ain't even dead yet. No, but the idea of everybody was like, yeah, the kids I grew up with were like, yeah, I saw that. The members of Kiss actually had powers,
Well, I mean, they originally had powers in the Kiss comic book that came out in 1976.
Yeah.
When they famously poured a vial of their blood into the red ink at the printing
press. Yeah.
Jeez, that's horrible. Ugh. All right, so that's gonna just about do it for us. Let's take a look at the polls, and
we still have 10 minutes on the X poll, so you're gonna have to bore everybody for another 8 minutes at least.
See, this is why I hate doing a show. I don't ever want my hands tied creatively. I used to get in trouble as a counselor when I would do group therapies for the evening groups. As a counselor, it's your job to know when osmosis has stopped, and they have all gone glass-eyed and tired, and they don't want to be there anymore. You need to wrap it up and send them home. Okay. But the administrative pukes in charge don't understand it. No, you need to keep them there for the whole 2.5 hours. Like, all right, fine. So when I would see them get glass-eyed, I would look at my watch and go, "Okay, go take a 30-minute break."
I guess they trained to time, not to standard.
Yeah, exactly. So, I would get in trouble for that, but I really didn't care. I'm there to provide the best possible care I can, not punch a clock. Well, you sure as hell got paid for it. Yeah, because I'm salaried. It's a contract. All right, so yeah, grown-ups have to learn to live with it. Yep.
I don't want to.
But
by the way, check out Janet's interview of Doc on her channel. She had this alien getup.
She scared me.
She wore that was just amazeballs. I mean, if she interviewed me and she was dressed like that, I'd be like, well, see, on your planet we do. I would not have. I would have played up that whole costume though throughout the whole show. It wouldn't have been a good interview because
it was fun. It was a good interview.
Yeah.
She absolutely weirded me out, but it was very cool. Very cool.
It was.
All right, let's take another look at the selections, Christy, before we wrap everything up.
Absolutely.
All right.
And yeah, so here's the selections, and also we have the poll live on X. I just dropped that, and also YouTube, of course. And we're tied currently, Doc.
What? The power of juice?
I know. There's orange juice in this meme.
The orange juice? The orange juice should have won.
Power of orange juice
down.
versus baby oil.
So those are your choices: orange juice or Call of Duty.
Puff Daddy is more popular than I thought.
I mean, this is literally also AI generated, and this is a real woman. Come on. Come on.
Well, I mean,
but you don't know for sure if those are real.
Well, they might be fake, but she's real. I think the flaw in it, though, is I don't really think that's orange juice. That looks more like maybe a pina colada with the ice melted. And where is she? On Gilligan's Island? What is that? The USS Minnow wrecked behind her? What is that?
Could be.
Yeah, that looks a little suspect.
Is that Mary Ann? Gilligan!
Yeah. You guys remember bullet bras?
Yeah.
We need to bring those back.
Well,
I like
I don't remember them, but I know what you're talking about.
yeah. On TV. We've seen them on TV. Yeah.
Those nips are fake. Listen, I think Diddy's nips are real in this. Okay? So those are real. All right. So those are your choices. Vote.
Oh, you know what? Let's do this as well. Why don't we take a look at the leaderboard while we're waiting for that Twitter poll to close out? So
If we must.
I'm going to take this. Yes, we must.
Now, Christy, I want to tell you that Carrie asked me over in another chat, wait, you can order nipples online? I'll take a bucket.
Yeah.
Bucket of nipples. Carrie asked me, she goes, Doc, who do you think's going to win in the spicy meme competition? I said, I obviously am the winner. It's on my show. But then she appropriately countered with, yeah, but it's on Christy's channel.
Oh, well, there we go.
Well, that's the name of the game. I win.
So that's right. It's called I Win, a game I have enjoyed playing since I was a toddler on the playground. You remember when you were a kid and you would play with your friends and you would change the rules because they started beating you at something? Yeah, me neither. I am old enough, by the way, to have played marbles. How about you? Huh? You guys?
I used to have
marbles, but I didn't play
collected them, yeah.
You never played marbles. Well, then you don't know the fun of breaking out that big steel Aggie. You draw a circle, you drop your marbles in, the ones that you want to put in
Well, I
the
know
blue.
how to play marbles.
Well, I'm explaining it to the audience. And then you have to put your knuckle on the ground and flick your marble. And whatever you knock out of the circle, you get to keep and put in your little collection. So when you broke out that big steel Aggie, they'd go, whoa! All right, what
I
are we
used to have
looking
a gumball machine that was filled with marbles.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool.
It was lost in a military move. Lost and or stolen.
Oh, that's so sad. All right. So, coming down to the wire.
Come on, orange juice.
Fatigue is not just for blacks anymore. The fruits are equally tiresome.
Okay, cool. We do have a tiebreaker going on over on YouTube, so I think we can call it. Nobody's voted on the. I mean, we got 4 votes on Twitter from yesterday. Which, by the way, Doc, did you retweet this?
I did, and I dropped it on Facebook. Not the poll, the show. I dropped the show.
So the very narrow race. Oh, it's not narrow anymore. We have 6 votes over on YouTube, and orange juice is the winner.
Oh.
Listen, I'll break out a bucket of nipples to win this thing any day of the
I
week.
gotta get over here.
I should come up with my own.
Kentucky Fried Nipples. We do memories right.
Terrible. We're back down to 1 viewer, and it's Janet.
Yay!
We win because it's on your channel and my show.
Yes.
All right. So, listen. This was a lot of fun today. I really enjoyed the show. And chat, you guys always make it for us. I don't know why you come and go. Why wouldn't you hang out and enjoy coffee with us? It's only an hour and a half. Is that too much to ask?
Is that so wrong?
It's so wrong. I don't want to understand it. That's so wrong. Hey, I want to thank my co-host Tanner Hurley, as always, for being here.
Thank you.
You know, it just ain't a fight unless I got him in my corner. All right.
I got you set.
There we go. And then, of course, Darren Wagner, always here to provide the useless information. Glad to have you. Brace yourself. Darren's about to explain something.
You will rue the day.
Darren has a show.
Goddamn mean, dirty son of a bitch!
Darren has a show tomorrow at what time, Darren, on your channel?
Well, I don't know. I just got invited to something, and I don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow now. But if it does, it happens on my channel.
Darren, we've had this conversation.
I know. I'm sorry. It's just things come up.
But the thing.
But Darren has a forthcoming book called Demi-Foot. Look for it coming soon to fund my comic.
Demi-Foot Urban Sasquatch. That's very important to include the whole title there.
Yes. Yeah, whatever it is huge. And it's black. And of course, I want to thank our lovely producer who did a far better job today while she's multitasking than she ever did before. The lovely Christy, the publisher of Flip City Magazine and the host of our show, is hosted on her channel.
The hostess with the most.
That's right. And also every Thursday night, Creative Chaos. So
Yes.
I've got Shadow Punk coming on tomorrow night to talk about his book, Shadow Punk. And of course, Flip City has a live campaign right now, exclusively on Fund My Comic, of the Parodies Special Edition. It's an 80-page, full-color, best of the best parodies that have been published over the last 5 years of Flip City Magazine. You're not going to want to miss out on that.
Wow. Holy smokes.
Call it an extravaganza.
Flip City is
cornucopia.
Flip City is Mad Magazine turned up to 11. If you grew up reading Mad Magazine and miss it, grab yourself some Flip City. If you grew up without Mad Magazine, may God have mercy on your soul. Get Flip City Magazine and learn how to laugh at pop culture. Never ever woke, just funny.
Thank you, Doc. You are my new salesperson.
I shill for others harder than I shill for myself. But I will say, check out A Damn Dirty Thing. All you got to do is type that into Google, A Damn Dirty Thing. And that's damned, past tense. Someone told me, I can't find it. They were looking for a damn dirty thing. I use proper English. It's a damned dirty thing. Just put that into Google and it'll lead you to all the places you can get the book. And I promise you, it's an original read that you will really enjoy.
I can
No regrets.
I got my copy.
There you go. All right. So that's going to do it for us this week. Christy, play us out of here, will you?
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.
Oops, bye. I'm stuck. It's stuck. Hold on, let's try it this way.
Keep smiling.
Look, I don't mean to be rude, but don't dare talk to me.
Don't think it hasn't been a little slice of heaven, because it hasn't.
Well, what do you know? I finally got the last word.
Good night, everybody! Quitting time! Quitting time!